Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out we test different execution methods with Ballistic Dummies by Garand. Yes, this was recommended on the Discord. Had a few recommendations to it as well in the YouTube comments, so quite a few pointing us towards this one. I'm joined by WetTent. We're going to be checking this out here together, of course. And I have to say, Tent, are we would you say you're how you say, a newcomer to any of these types of methods? Would you say that might be displayed today? Would you say you're a newcomer to any of the,
That's a loaded question.
Well,
man.
yeah, I just, have you heard? Have you maybe, I feel like my knowledge of certain ways of doing this might be, unfortunately, a little bit deeper than most, unfortunately. I'm just saying. But what about yourself? Would you say some of these might be familiar? As it works.
Listen.
Without sounding too loaded. Holy shit.
Loaded. I want to make it clear that we've
no. Of course, this is purely.
Of course, we've seen
heard
the video
of
games.
and or. Video game.
We're gonna learn basically science.
No, keep going.
With Dr. Garand today.
Of course.
I personally can't say that I have first-hand experience with what he's about to show us.
Yeah.
But I might be familiar with the concept in the way of maybe I've seen it or heard about it in a
educational exactly media format.
Presentation. Yeah.
Yes.
Never have I actually
partaked
down with it, but
jiggy with it, as the kids say.
Yeah,
holy fuck,
we're gonna get down with learning about it, that's for sure.
Yes. Garand. We haven't have we checked out Garand on the channel before? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, you and I have watched it before.
I've seen a few of his older videos. I haven't seen this one, I'll be completely real with you. This was a year ago. 6.5 million views. We're gonna leave a like on it right now, since we're checking it out.
You should read the description.
Yeah, maybe in
today's video
we test different how long do you think it's gonna be before I get demonetized, as somebody reacting to this video straight up? Holy shit.
How effective or humane they are. Wow. Well, probably not long.
So I feel like we should, at the start of every method, let's say, that they partake in, let's pause the video and let's take our interpretation of it, I say, as we go along. How does that sound? Okay, all right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
If you guys enjoy, make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more content from me. Of course, leave your recommendations down in the comments below. What you guys want me to react to next? This one was quite loaded, I'll be honest, but I thought it'd be a fun one to check out, a risky one to check out, but a fun one nonetheless. So big thank you to all of our members, all of our Hastati, our Principe, Dagenhart, and of course our Prefects, Fear, and Hobbit. Appreciate you guys. You guys inspire me to make more content for you guys every single day. Captions are on. Quality is 1440p. We'll take it when we can get it. We'll full screen it. Without any further delay, you got anything else to say, Ten?
Do you think there's blood and bones in the dummies?
I wonder if it'll be like green blood or something like that, because that's apparently safe.
It's Garand. He's not,
Wow. Well,
okay, let's find out.
Let's see. We'll see.
Capital punishment.
Oh.
Execution.
Wow.
The taking
loaded
of one man's life for his crimes. Is it moral? Is it ethical? Well, these are questions we're not here to answer in Grand Thumb. What we are here to bring you is cold, hard truth. And the cold, hard truth we are bringing you today is, what does it look like and how effective is it? We're going to be testing out various execution methods that are real world, using the actual weapons, using the actual ammo, and we hope to give you guys a good visual representation of what it looks like. Because what is important here on Grand Thumb is what, Micah?
Science.
That's right, science. And we are here to bring you science in a world of wishy-washy nothingness. But before we do that, we of course have to thank the biggest sponsor of the channel. The biggest sponsor of the channel is
who's it gonna be?
Who, Micah?
Sonoran Desert Institute.
That's right, Sonoran Desert Institute.
SDI.
If you're starting gunsmithing, they are the people to go to. We love them. They do sponsor our science, and it's not always
Wow.
good science, but it is still science. So big thank you to them, and of course, we cannot forget.
Of course, this is all educational. Of course, for any YouTube moderation watching, this is all for educational purposes only. We're just seeing firsthand what the actual real-world effects of these firearms would be. Also, I have to say, Sonoran Desert Institute, I do wish gunsmithing and getting into that type of work was easier here in Canada. I will say. Because it is kind of a pain in the ass, especially even to be a legal gun owner in Canada at this point in time. It's a pain in the ass, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
It is cool that, an institute such as this is actually willing to sponsor their videos. I think that's actually pretty based, so good for them.
It is, yeah, it's nice.
Good science, but it is still science. So big thank you to them, and of course, we cannot forget who, Micah?
Primary arms.
Which we are the only influencer to have ever bullied a real company into releasing a Skittles sticker. I don't know if I'm proud. Great optics, great price. We love them. And of course, guys, if you're looking to get better at dry firing, Mantis turns your gun into a dry fire machine. We love it. I use the hell out of it on my off time, just shooting the TV constantly. Rest in peace, Jennifer Lawrence.
Jesus Christ.
I am a retired military, avid shooter, and big proponent of gun science. And today we're going to be answering some very cool questions. Now, what we have right here is a ballistic dummy from Ballistic Dummy Labs.
Right.
A very good approximation.
Look at the organs.
Of the human body.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at that. It looks like a very
the bone
detailed.
structure, yeah.
I wonder what one of those actually costs, like to buy.
Probably quite a bit.
Like what? You think like $1,000, maybe $2,000?
I don't know. I wouldn't have an idea, but I imagine it's not going to be no $100.
No, like I know even
like
ballistic gel. Yeah, ballistic gel is pretty expensive already. So now you're looking at like the bone structure, the organs. There must be blood in this. Just like looking at how detailed it is, I'd assume there'd have to be some type of matter.
I know there are some. I have seen some of his videos where there is like
fluid of some degree.
Fluid, yeah. Fluid, okay. That's what we'll say.
That's what
Look
we'll
at
call
all that fluid.
Oh, whoa.
That doesn't sound good either.
Wow.
All right.
We have bone, we have blood, we have organs.
Yep, there, blood and organs,
as close as we can get without using what, Micah?
Real human beings?
Pedophiles, which aren't really human
Whoa.
beings. So we're going to use these as a stand-in.
Oh my lord.
We're going to be starting with, I think, one of the most interesting executions, and that is how they execute people in Utah. Thank you, Mormons. Now, Utah still has a firing squad. Now, firing squad used to be used a lot more, not so much anymore because they considered it inhumane, and hopefully we can prove that not true. So, in Utah, what they use is Winchester 94 rifles chambered in 30-30. Now, we could not get Winchester 94s, and we couldn't get Henrys, but we told Rossi that we were going to be doing a execution video, and they happily sent us guns. So thank you, Rossi. The rounds used are
I have to say, I love a good repeater, man. Pretty.
30-30. This is a fairly old ammunition, and as much as we can tell from our insider source, these are the actual rounds that are used, and they were very hard to source. So in Utah,
I wonder what, like, I'm just trying to, yeah, there we go. What, have you seen a round like that before? I haven't seen like a white tips, silver tips. Like, what is the purpose of that, you know? Is that just to like make it flashy, like an execution?
Yeah, it's aesthetically pleasing, maybe.
I guess, yeah, you're being like, I don't know. I mean, if you're a vampire, I guess you're dead, right? Is that? I mean,
I know like tracers and AP and all that stuff. Incendiary, they have certain color coding on the tips.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
old ammunition, and as much as we can tell from
if someone knows, let me know.
Source, these are the actual rounds that are used, and they were very hard to source. So in Utah, they use 5 30-30 rifles, and one of those rifles has a wax slug in it. That way, if any of the guys,
only one of them though,
about shooting somebody, then they can,
play mental gymnastics.
Yeah, be like, oh, maybe I had the wax slug, because apparently it feels very much so like real recoil. So
wasn't that like what like military executions back in the day also consisted of, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like
I don't know.
It'd be like 5 guys, one guy, obviously, five people shooting, one guy against the wall, right? And then one bullet between like the 5 of them or something like that, to that degree. If it was like a court-martial execution. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, well, I guess they just like walk 2 feet away from him and shoot him with blanks in the face. That might do it, but I feel like that's not the most humane. But holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was like something like that. Somebody let me know. I could be wrong.
Oh, maybe I had the wax slug because apparently it feels very much so like real recoil. So in any case, only 4
I feel like you'd
rifles are
know if
actually
you were firing a
slug.
wax.
So we have 4 shooters, each firing
Versus a
one
real,
round
right?
of Winchester 30-30 silver tip into the chest of the dummy. And we'll be doing our first execution video. So enough talk, let's get on with it. Just gonna make sure our
Oh my
guy
gosh.
right here
Oh,
feel a little calm. We have a little bit of nicotine, calm him down. This
of course.
is, pretty intense. So with all that being said, let's kill him. All right, right here we have our posse.
Oh my God. Posse.
Potato, and then of course, who are you representing, Pat?
Urban tattoos.
All right, cool. So,
Okay.
we have these big
Sick.
ones. We're gonna be putting this guy out of his misery. 4 rounds of 30-30. Mike, are you ready?
I am.
3, 2.
Oh, I'm paused right here. Do you think it'll kill? Will it kill?
Put my lab coat on. Will it kill?
Will it kill?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd probably have to say this will probably do him in. Yeah, pretty well.
This will kill.
4
Let's
rounds
see.
of 30-30.
Yeah.
Mike, are you ready?
I am.
3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I
I think that kills.
think that would do it. Through the spine.
Yep.
Oh,
Done.
oh,
Oh,
fuck.
direct.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's.
Look at
at
that
the. Did you
drop.
see the perforation in that lung? Like instantly. Like, look, your
That
lung
is
is backwards.
lethal.
Your lung is backwards in your body, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, I think one of those 30-30s went
Fuck.
right through his spine.
Yeah, straight up. Well, you see the overpen on those. Like, that's a
Yeah.
huge fucking round for just a human. Without plate on. Like, that'll
I
do
guess
it.
you could say he got his back blown.
Something like that. Yeah, I guess. Holy shit. Brutal. You see the bone fragment just like flying around
Look
too.
at the
Damn.
flowering off those rounds entering. Like that is beautiful.
Very
ballistics when they
educational.
came in.
He just
Very
doesn't have a
educational.
vest anymore.
He does look at so we have a couple different impacts. So to be clear, there's a little bit of lag and stagger between all the shots in slow-mo. It's pretty simultaneous, but like you have to imagine like even police officers all shooting together or whatever jail officers who are shooting, like they're not going to be perfectly timed. You're kind of going to get 4-ish rounds in around a second. It's kind
Yeah.
of brutal.
He's gonna feel at least one of them for a little bit.
I mean, you would with lethal injection too. How long does lethal injection take? Like 30 minutes? I'll take this. You would with lethal
did that
injection
say?
too. How long is lethal injection?
If all goes as planned, the entire execution takes about 5 minutes, with death usually occurring less than 2 minutes after the final injection. However, botched lethal injections have sometimes required more than 2 hours to achieve death. Holy shit.
That's not humane.
Well, even about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 to like a usual of 2 minutes. Like, damn, dude.
No thanks.
I mean, that's pretty instant. Like getting shot like 4 or 5 times like that through the chest. Like that's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
Second or two, you know what I mean? I don't even think you'd be able to realize that you got shot, to be honest.
Injection take like 30 minutes. I'll take this any day. First round when it came through.
Are we demonetized yet, do you
He
think?
completely shattered the rib and went straight through the heart.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
death right there. Right here, we have these two came through the lung tissue, blew out the ascending aorta. Upper round right here, traveled through, shattered the collarbone. If we come out the back, this is where it gets crazy because we had 2 rounds exit out through the lungs. So you can see all this tissue coming out. We had 1 round go through the spinal cord. That's you're donezo, dude.
Yeah.
And it kind of got stuck right there. And the other round also crushed through the spinal cord as well as through the heart. You're death, man. This is quick. I would take. Okay, would you take lethal injection?
Yeah, for sure, because they put you to sleep first.
It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. What about? Would you take the electric chair over this?
No, fuck the electric chair.
No
No.
way.
You'd rather
Yeah.
get shot first.
Yes,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I would not take the chair over any of the above. Like, I think chair would be ultimately last on my
Yeah.
list. Like, just hands down. Like, probably getting shot, probably lethal injection, probably chair, if that was like.
Ideally, none of the
yeah,
options.
ideally none,
but-
right? But I mean, if you had to pick, right? Yeah, the chair would 100% be like, I'm not getting fucking like that shit's brutal. No.
Absolutely.
I would get shot 100%. Now we've tried an American execution method, but what about some other countries throughout the world? Let's do some of those. So Micah, we're going to be doing
Okay.
the Soviet / the Russian execution method. You know about this?
I don't know. It's usually something like you
With a Mac?
exercise free
You think it's with a
speech,
Mac?
so they shoot you in the back or something.
know.
Maybe some spicy tea.
That's pretty good. So you're going to be taking 1 round of 9
Mac
by
her off.
18 to
Yep.
the back of the head.
That's
They're very
right.
Economical. They don't have a lot of money.
To the back
so
of the
That's
head.
the best.
Bro, yeah, that's the classic. That's like the Soviet special, KGB special, you know, the Mac fucking
I'm
9 by 18 to the back of the skull. Hell yeah, bro. How many people do you think, like, I'm not trying to, you know, how many people went that way, do you think? Specifically that way. I bet you it was quite a lot. I'm not going to lie to you.
wanna know.
I bet you it was quite a few, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck,
By
dude.
18 to the back of the head.
I don't
They're very
know.
economical.
This is
They don't
brutal
have a
'cause
lot
it's
of
not a
money.
big round.
So
I feel like
that's
that
the best
could-
way to save the money, 'cause
that
they have a bunch
may
of it.
not
So
kill
whether
you,
it's a
depending.
Makarov, or if you're Polish or what have you, 9 by 18, which, if you don't know, is a little less than 9mm and a little bit more than 380.
Yeah.
Not a lot of power. You're about to get Abraham Lincoln. We're not losing to the Ukraine.
Aw.
Wow, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was super
Wow.
anticlimactic.
Are your sinuses clear?
It's just not that much.
It's like they
No.
want to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, okay. but
Yeah,
come take a look at this, right?
like my thoughts exactly. Like you might not die right away. Like you might just be writhing for a few seconds, like twitching
I think
before you
would
bleed out.
probably die.
If that enters the right hemisphere, like people have gotten shot in the head before and somehow lived. If it
This
fucking,
is true.
you know, so
This is true.
and like sometimes
Just
you know.
going right at his nose. I mean, that's like,
Yeah, but then this is to the back of the head too. How many do you think happen from the front? Like, you know, as well. Like
poor
I'm just
guy.
saying.
He couldn't even finish his smoke.
You know, yeah, like that's barely. He didn't even take a puff. Look at that. It's just burnt out.
He
dude.
lit it and
He's too nervous.
yeah.
It's just not that much.
It's like they want him to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, okay, but come take a look at this right here. So it did straight up, star pattern in the back of the head, and you have all that gunpowder that's burnt
Jesus.
into there. And we did have a piece of the, looks like, of the jacket that exited out through the nose and penetrated through the skull. So certainly you're going to die. You're gonna
Eventually.
die taken around to the head.
Eventually.
Like that. It seems so unnecessarily brutal, even compared to like 30-30. Just don't get executed in Russia, dude. Jesus. Next up, we have Thailand. Now, the question is, how would Thailand execute somebody? It's actually quite interesting. So what we have here is we have the person we executed is tied up against a post, and their back is facing towards the shooter, which is a machine gun that is clamped into a vise. We then have
Interesting.
a sheet that is between the accused and the shooter so that they don't have to watch the person getting shot. Now, originally they used an older submachine gun that was quite loud, and they would fire a burst of 15 rounds of FMJ into their back until
Jesus.
they hopefully died. They wouldn't always die. But apparently that really scared the prisoners because they could hear the automatic gunfire, so they switched over to an MP5 SD, which is very, very quiet. As you know, the
Oh
SD
my
stands for
God.
That's
quiet.
fucking. Wait a second. Wait, so is
15
this what they
bursts?
still do? Like over there, like an MP5 SD? That's a new, like that's a pretty recent gun, dude. Yeah, like what? That's fucking.
Will it kill?
Damn, dude. I mean, like that's kind of nuts. It's weird to see like the difference in styles between like the West and the East. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Why?
Like the West, it's
I'm
like
wondering.
fucking, we're just gonna like shoot them like face on, whatever have you, execute them from behind, from the front with a fucking 9x18 in Russia. But then like in the Asian countries, it's like you put a sheet up and like you don't see them. You know what I mean? Like it's
Also-
almost like a different mentality when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Why 15 rounds?
exactly. I don't know. I mean,
Imagine your,
you would
your
think-
MP5 malfunctions after the first round, and they just like fucking fail ejection one
You know,
round, and this dude, he's screaming.
I'm kind of
machine gun doesn't work.
I'm kind of shocked like the machine gun like didn't kill sometimes. 15 rounds of like what do you think it would be? You think it'd be like I don't even know, like a
Probably
bar.
9mm.
He said a machine gun, so that makes me think
Older
like
machine gun?
a 7.62 by like 54 or 51 or something, like something big, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
49.
Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it's just like something small and then they switched over to 9mm. I mean, the 9mm will do it. 15 rounds would probably do it, but yeah, as you say, like ejection problems, mag issues, something stupid,
Like, if it just malfunctions and Buddy, like,
He's just
unfortunately
fucking-
was only shot twice at this point in the
Yeah.
back, like, he might not be,
Well, I'm assuming
decommissioned.
there's also got to be like a painted marker, like where he's standing behind this sheet or something. Like it can't just be like a random spray through the fucking sheet. Like that'd be kind of nuts, would it not? Damn. Well, let's see.
Or to an MP5 SD, which is very, very quiet. As you know, the SD stands for super duper quiet.
We're gonna kill them with a silenced fucking
The
MP5.
execution method for Thailand is 15 rounds from a submachine gun into the back through a sheet.
That's so weird, dude.
Target on the sheet to ensure that they're hitting the person correctly. Now, we don't have an MP5 SD, so what we are using is an MP5 with a suppressor.
That's nice.
Firing subsonics.
That is a nice MP5.
Same ballistic effects. So,
I wish, man. Oh well. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it would do it, I guess. It's a way to do it.
Oh god.
I like how like you'd have, because it's not overpenning or anything, so it's fucking you up. You know what I mean? Like it's
subsonic 9mm.
It's doing its job. Yeah, like it's going to kill you. It's going to fucking kill you. It's just like, damn, you know, it's very effective at just like, you know, getting through an unarmored target and not overpenning.
Yeah.
Like you can see why police use this shit, right? Because like no overpenetration on that round, no like risk of like any external damage, right? Like quite literally, it's a good round, I gotta say, like straight up.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It is bad. Like, that's awful.
Makes me feel very uncomfortable. There's slugs going through the heart, partially exiting, cracking the sternum. You're dead. Come here. Look at the back right here, Micah. Like, look at all 15 rounds right there. That is death. It's just brutal.
Yikes.
I feel like there's a cleaner way to do it with a gun, and it's not 15 rounds from a submachine gun into the back. They don't do this anymore, but
I feel like an axe to the skull would be more effective than that, dude.
Okay,
to be honest.
They don't do this anymore.
10 out of 10 do not want it to happen. So far, I'm taking the 4 rounds of 30-30. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
30, then this, then the Makarov.
Makarov very last. It seems so necessary. Now, our Thai guy right here is pretty injured, but he's not dead yet. So we're going to do another American special. This is a specialty of the Navy SEALs. We're going to do what's called a canoe. Is it authorized killing under the laws of armed conflict or what kind? That's not for me to decide. I'm just going to show it to you. So what it is when the combatant's on the ground and is still alive.
I might have heard of this.
The safety round is put under the chin, through the head, and then apparently we'll create that canoe-like effect.
Why is it called a safety round?
Just to make sure they're dead, because you don't want them like popping up with a gun or pulling a grenade, you know, something like that. You just want to make sure they're not alive. Safety round. Lives are expensive, ammo is cheap. Give them another round. And of course, we'll be using the HK-416, which is was one of the weapons of choice of the Navy SEALs, as authentic as possible with the actual military ammo. I can't wait. Interested to see what it looks like.
Oh fuck.
I kind of assumed that's what this was. Yeah,
Look at that grin.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, do you think this is exclusive to America? Because I definitely don't think it was. I'm gonna just say that right now. You know.
I imagine not.
Yeah, from things I've heard, I'm gonna probably
Interested to see what it looks like.
Jesus Christ. Whoa. Yep.
It canoed him.
It just opened him up, dude.
It's
Yeah. It'll do that.
Perfect, like you going in his face.
Let's give him another one. You ready?
Not satisfied?
Oh, you gotta double tap sometimes, right? Learn that from Zombieland, right?
That's
Double tap.
extremely that's it, man.
Yeah.
See why they call it a canoe.
Well, there you have it. Now we're probably gonna
I gotta say, it must be like so much fun to just be able to get like ballistic dummies and shit and just be able to shoot them like on your property and shit, man. I like. No,
I mean,
I'm just saying, like, no, like straight up, like to just have like the ability to do that, because like here in Canada, we could
for
never.
science.
Yeah, we could never do something like that, right?
But you're like, oh, I really enjoy shooting people.
But like you're doing it for like YouTube, like this is like a cool, like kind of like educational video. The fact that you can like on your own property use your firearms how you see fit, like you're not hurting other people with it, fucking obviously, you know what I'm saying. But it's just cool, like you can do that, and I don't see why. Well, that's such a problem here.
I think you
in the north.
Gel. You can get the gel in Canada, but I don't know if you can get
the gel. I don't know if you can actually.
Dummies.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get. But even like shooting like in excess on your own property in Canada, it's been a problem.
Cops are coming,
yeah, it's been a problem. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like Americans hear that and they're like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? Like the cops coming.
That happened to a friend recently.
Yeah, where the cops come to your property because you're shooting on your own property, just target practicing, whatever have you.
Yep.
It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like that's stupid shit. I'm just gonna say right now, I'm very libertarian. You should be able to do what you want on your own property when. You bought the property. If you have acreage, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck's the problem?
Yep.
No, that's just my opinion. I'm just saying.
I see why they call it a canoe.
Well, there you have it. Now we're probably going to do the most famous execution to have ever occurred. Bonnie and Clyde, specificely.
Oh, damn.
Bonnie. If you're not familiar with Bonnie and Clyde, they were outlaws.
Oh, so this is going to be with like a bar or some shit, dude. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I've heard of this.
Now, we do know from various accounts, or we believe that when the posse ambushed Bonnie and Clyde, that
you might be right, because it was the police modified bar, right? So, yeah, I believe it is, actually. You might be right. Well, I think, actually, it wasn't just a bar. Let's be honest. It was a fucking posse of fucking people unloading onto the vehicle, and I think the bar probably did them in, but, like, yeah, let's see here. You might be right. It might be a Johnson. I think it was a police modified BAR. I could be wrong. Let's find out.
Bonnie, one of the posse members, stepped out and put a round through his brain immediately.
Fuck.
There's good evidence to suggest that Ted Hinton, then with his Colt monitor, unloaded 20 rounds from his magazine into poor old Bonnie right here. Now, this is a representation of Bonnie. She's a little bit smaller. So what we have right here is we do have the Ford V8
Oh my God.
This is a really quality reproduction. We do have the dummy behind it, and of course, more importantly, we have the Colt monitor.
Holy shit, dude.
The Colt monitor.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
A BAR that has been tricked out. It was called the FBI's fighting rifle. You have a large brake to stabilize it. It is horrifically loud.
What a fucking, like, from
Muscle
World War,
brake. Holy
like,
shit.
what a beautiful fucking, like, BAR, like, modification, like, you can just, like, I don't know.
Well, this was pre-World War II.
Yeah. Like, well,
Which is crazy.
It's the FBI modified
They just gave this to the FBI. They're like, if you encounter armed people in your endeavors, use this. Like,
but then they got rid of it, like, because, like, at the time, well, when was SWAT formed? That was in the 70s, right? During the North Hollywood shootout, right? North Hollywood shootout.
I think it was that, or
I think that's like the reason why it was for. I could be incorrect. But either way, at that point, like police services did not, and mind you, this is the FBI we're talking about, but I believe like regular police did not have like anything above like, what was it? A 9 mil?
Gauge.
Well, it wasn't 9 mil at that time. It was 38 special, I think. Still, was it not?
38, 45.
Yeah. 12 gauge on occasion, but nothing like
on occasion.
Yeah, but no like 5.56 or no battle rifles such as like could you imagine rocking up like going like fucking criminal hunting with this? Like, like straight up like, call comes over the radio, fucking cops report, and then at a bank robbery there's just like cops wielding fucking knees like that show up. Like that's insane to me.
FBI, the FBI was using this in the 30s. Imagine being like a cop in New York in the 30s and you just had one of these in your car because it was like your standard issue. Like that's you almost can't even fathom that.
Yeah, no, that would be so insane to me. Like, but kind of cool though. It's an awesome weapon, I have to say.
Yeah.
And it is firing 30-06. Very interesting.
Big round too.
In the postmortems on Bonnie, it very much so shredded her body and shot off her hand and stuff. So it was pretty brutal. And of course, she was shot with other rounds, but let's see what it looked like from the Colt monitor.
Oh.
Look at the recoil. Like that's very stable.
It is actually, yeah.
Oh.
It's just like 308, so compact. You know what I mean? Like. That muzzle brake too, like, fuck. Oh my god.
Good lord. Oh.
Split in half, dude. Oh my god.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh no! Bonnie, no!
My.
Bonnie, no.
Bonnie!
Oh.
Bonnie, I'm sorry. So we're gonna pop up a couple photos right here. Here's what's really interesting to me, and that's that I'm really happy about this. The glass behaved just like it did in the photos, and the actual car is still on display. So I think it's really interesting that we see kind of the same pattern and the same bullet size from the 30 cal from the Colt Monitor. I think that's really cool. There's like a nerd in me. But also what was really interesting was that glass
certain flavor.
shot back into
certain,
the dummy.
for
You
sure.
see all that glass and shrapnel coming in. This was probably horrifically violent when it happened. They probably died quite quickly. Well, especially Clyde. Rest in peace. Another thing to consider too is that they were a slight upward angle, so that probably accounts for the fact that Bonnie's head was not sawed off like it was in the case of our video. But the 30-06 clearly had the power to do it. You have to understand it was a moving car. They were firing probably a ton of adrenaline. So they probably didn't get as precise hits. They're a little bit further away.
Yeah.
But it certainly demonstrates the power that was coming from just one of the weapons that was fired at them during this time. Pretty incredible. This is the way I'd want to go. Just taking 20 rounds from a Colt Monitor.
What?
It's gone, dude. It saw my head off.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, that brings us to the end of the execution video. We've tried out a lot of different methods right now, and I think I'm going to rank them by how I would like to be executed. I will say Colt Monitor would be my number 1. My number 2 is the 30-30, and after that, don't let me do any of the other ones because they seem horrible.
Yeah.
Michael, what are your top 2?
I think just mostly style points, the Colt Monitor wins.
Yeah, style points, the Colt Monitor is pretty freaking cool. And then 30-30.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the last thing that's going to happen to you, it better be tight.
You know, overall, I will say, you know, compared to like hanging, lethal injection, and some of those other things, I'll take getting shot, dude. That sounds way better to me.
I think they're just lazy, man. They don't want to clean up.
Yeah, they just don't want to clean up everything. In any case, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. I think it was really interesting seeing what the potential effects were in these different execution scenarios, maybe which ones worked better, which ones didn't, and the effects that we saw. Stay tuned. We have way more cool things going. As always, guys, train, get training. We love you guys. We got nothing else for you. Stop arguing on the internet. Doesn't gain you anything.
Holy shit. Oh my god. That was an awesome video.
That was educational.
That. Yeah, I like that. That was, we test different execution methods with Ballistic Dummies by Garand. Holy shit, we're going to leave a subscribe on that channel right there. Yeah, very, very educational, you know, very, very cool to check out some more gun content on the channel, you know. Obviously in Canada, we don't have that, the privilege to do you know, the things that
scientifically.
Exactly, the things that you guys to our south obviously can do, and it's awesome to see. You know, it's great to see the you know, I'm not trying to be too grim about it, but it is very interesting to see like the effects of certain firearms, just what they're made to do. You know what I'm saying? Just what they're made to do in certain cases. And just to see like different countries, how they kind of operate, the philosophy behind how they do things, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like the one that surprised me the most was the fucking 9x19 to the back through a sheet. That was kind of shocking. That was Taiwan that did that, if I recall.
Thailand.
I think Thailand. Okay, not Taiwan. Sorry, correction.
I think like from the aspect of humanity, like as he was saying in the beginning of the video, like how humane is it as compared to like the electric chair or a hanging death? I think like certain firing executions are definitely I mean, no execution is humane, but if you don't want to put the person through additional suffering, then there's definitely quick ways to do it, as we've just been seen, or quick ways that it would be done, rather. Right,
yeah. Like, it's just one of those things where it's obviously it's a grim topic, and like, you know, I don't know. There's arguments for and against like capital punishment, I guess, like, you know, and I don't know if we really want to get into that fucking topic of conversation right now, but either way, historically speaking, from a historical aspect too, it is also very interesting. He went over like the Bonnie and Clyde execution too. And obviously, like, you know, the posse shooting at the start there, like that happened, I'm sure, a lot in the 1800s, you know, as America kind of expanded across frontier territory. You know, there's a lot of criminality at that point in time, so a lot of it was just like, you know, sheriff and posses, or sheriff and deputies gathering posses, or just like regular people gathering posses together, and hunting down like criminals, gangs, right? And it was kind of an interesting thing to see. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, I mean, do you have any final thoughts on that? Final words?
I thought it was an interesting video, and I think yeah, definitely a grim topic. I think the laughter is more so just
you have to laugh
because
about
it's
it.
so dark.
You have to laugh about it. Yeah, like
I mean,
I feel like it's a pretty like common thing where it's like if there's a subject that's obscenely dark, like you kind of have to make fun of it to what's the word?
Just be depressed about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you watch the news. I think Bill Burr kind of described that best, to be honest with you. It's like when you watch the news, it's like it's literally just fucking like 20 minutes of hate fuck. Like, how do you not laugh about it, or you're gonna go fucking insane, like straight up, you know what I'm saying? It's no different, right? It's the same kind of mentality, I think, and especially when you get into some of these darker topics, it's kind of like how you have to view them, you know, or you know, the world is a dark place, you know, you can either fucking embrace that, or you can lose your fucking mind about it and be sad about it, you know. That's kind of how I see it. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more content from me, of course, leave your recommendations down in the comments below. Big thank you to all of our members, all of our Hastati, our Principes, Dagenhart, and of course our Prefects, Veer, and Hobbit. Appreciate you guys. You guys inspire me to make more content for you guys every single day. And yeah, without any further delay, this has been Centurion. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.